So I'm in my loft studio today, just working on a new piece. And this is kind of how I get started. I just unpacked it out of the crate, and we've got a 60 by 72 canvas that I've unpacked and I'm going to start working on. One of the things that I do is I get inspired by the interiors that I'm working on. And so and the materials. And a lot of my art, my mixed media collage art, has building materials mixed into the piece. And so for this one, we did a kitchen recently that was really a composition of materials, and we approached it that way. And so I'm going to make a canvas out of this piece of art. So this was the original plan that we had for the kitchen, and I'm going to take shapes and forms and basic layout and do a canvas from that. This was a detail of that kitchen, again, for the composition and the natural materials next to the geometrics and the shapes and how these pieces float. I'm going to go ahead and do now a piece that is based on these materials that I've found and that I've used in the design. So you can see, I'm just going to go through, and you can see these are some of the different materials. Cabinet finishes, wood finishes, gorgeous velvet orange pieces. These are epoxy resin materials we ended up not using on this particular project, but they were the basis for concrete materials that we used. Gilded cork from Innovations, some eco Madagascar ebony was inspiring for this. Here's some other patterns and fabrics that have gone into this design. We've also used matte black and chrome finishes. So all of these materials and colors and textures and some patterns even are going to come out in the piece that I'm going to be working on. So this is just how I get started. I start storyboarding basically with building materials and samples, and then that's what's going to inspire my canvas that I'm working on. What's inspiring me about this is that there's a three-dimensional light that is producing the pattern on the wall. And then these are some of the cool tiles that we used in the actual project. And I'm going to do something with textural 3D on this canvas. I love this. The earth is not flat. It is not. And I may use some of these organic wood pieces that these can actually act as a mold that would create the form on the canvas. So it's going to be a very textural, composite, color blocking influenced piece. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be based on this kitchen.